Psalm 21 is a psalm of thanksgiving and praise, celebrating the victories and blessings bestowed upon the king by God. The psalmist begins by expressing his joy and gratitude for the king's triumphs, acknowledging that God has granted him his heart's desire and has not withheld the request of his lips. The psalmist attributes the king's success to God's strength and support, affirming that the king's crown and honor come from the Lord. The psalmist reflects on the king's victories over his enemies, describing their defeat and the destruction of their plans. He acknowledges that God has set the king on a path of victory, ensuring that his enemies will not prevail against him. The psalmist celebrates the king's triumphs, affirming his belief in God's faithfulness and his commitment to uphold the righteous. In response to God's blessings, the psalmist offers praise and thanksgiving. He acknowledges God as the source of the king's strength and salvation, declaring his intention to sing praises to God's name forever. The psalmist expresses his confidence that God will continue to bless and protect the king, ensuring his enduring prosperity and success. The psalm concludes with a declaration of trust in God's sovereignty and faithfulness. The psalmist affirms his belief that God will answer the king's prayers and grant him victory over his enemies. He expresses his confidence that God will exalt the king and ensure that his name endures forever. Psalm 21 serves as a testimony to God's goodness and provision, inspiring readers to trust in his faithfulness and to offer him praise and thanksgiving for his blessings. Let's now read Psalms chapter 21. To the chief musician, a psalm of David, the king shall joy in thy strength, O Lord, and in thy salvation how greatly shall he rejoice. Thou hast given him his heart's desire, and hast not withholden the request of his lips. Selah. For thou preventest him with the blessings of goodness, thou settest a crown of pure gold on his head. He asked life of thee, and thou gavest it him, even length of days forever and ever. His glory is great in thy salvation, honor and majesty hast thou laid upon him. For thou hast made him most blessed forever, thou hast made him exceeding glad with thy countenance. For the king trusteth in the Lord, and through the mercy of the Most High he shall not be moved. Thine hand shall find out all thine enemies, thy right hand shall find out those that hate thee. Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thine anger, the Lord shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them. Their fruit shalt thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. For they intended evil against thee, they imagined a mischievous device, which they are not able to perform. Therefore shalt thou make them turn their back, when thou shalt make ready thine arrows upon thy strings against the face of them. Be thou exalted, Lord, in thine own strength, so will we sing and praise thy power. This ends our reading of Psalms chapter 21.